Wolfpack. I'm so into canvas. I'm so into canvas. So in this video, which I shared to Patreon a year ago, and now I'm sharing it here for you on YouTube for free, but definitely come support me if you feel like, if you fucking feel bad for me after this one, you'd be like, help the artist. Anyway, so I'm hunting canvas, a specific type of canvas, and it's impossible to find here because my art shop, not my art shop anymore, put the prices up by 400%. Who does that? Anyway, I don't go there anymore and I need to find some canvas and the Alibaba sharks got me. And then a fucking Karen swoops in and I end up leaving a gallery. So this is my adventure to try and buy some canvas. Washed. I got it cheap. I got it half price for $140. The way that the supplier that they bought it from washed it, they hung it out in a weird shape, so now it's got like lines on it, and I was like, I don't care. We'll call this end of part one. Time to continue this journey. The plan for today originally was to go out on a little like field trip kind of thing and then go, like, I vaguely remember that there was this fabric warehouse in Alexandria, but like that's an hour away. So I was like, well, I might as well fit other places in, not put all my eggs in one basket. And because it's so far away, like I hate driving. So I was like, that's a bike trip. But then the universe was like, nope, it's 38 degrees today. So if I spent like 4 hours on the road in like stop-start traffic, I would just come home sun fatigued. So it's not a go out kind of day today, but it gave me time to think since that's delayed. I was like, I don't like being short on canvas, but I was like thinking maybe I should take the calico seriously. Like maybe I should actually buy a meter and then see how a couple of artworks turn out with it and like maybe buy some other weaves, like look into other weaves and what they've got, cotton. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. And I don't think I even mentioned in the previous video on part one why I'm not going back to the shop. Like, I don't think they want my business because I buy this special varnish for my artworks and he put the price up by like 50% or something. This guy kind of stocks things that people in the area don't stock. So he also stocks like 10 meters of canvas that's like the 11 ounces kind of thing, and people don't really stock those either. And he either put it up to $400 for 10 meters, which is 40 bucks a meter, like what are you doing? Or he put up by 40%. I remember there was a 4 in there. So he doesn't want my business, which is why the hunt is continuing. Well, I really don't know how to spell this. Oh, here we go, a picture. Show me the picture faster. Oh, there's some sort of crimping going on. All right, so where are the... Okay, this is something I knew. Satin skips a few, or like it has 3, something like that. I was expecting wigs before, but... Ooh, I've got shoes in this pattern. I love it. I love that pattern. What even is this pattern? How do I get that? Alright, well this image makes more sense. So there's 3 types of fabrics. There's plain woven, satin woven, and twill woven. Okay? So it's like those are the weaves. Maybe? Okay, now I need to know what makes... Because canvas is this one. What... I just don't want to go into fabric shop not sounding like I don't know what's going on. I want drawings? Is this a drawing? Chat doesn't mind typos. Why are you not answering it with technical responses? I need like technicalities. I don't need like what you'd use it for. I need to know. Just for fuck's... Okay, so we're getting somewhere. Calico is a plain weave and canvas is a plain weave, but then canvas is a basket weave, which is a plain weave, and it just has like shitloads more thread grouped together as they weave, which makes it thicker, which is kind of... Does that mean calico's not thick? Are there no thick calico options then? If that's the case, I kind of just want to get like a little taste of what they seem like. So I might go to like the generic fabric shop later once it's cooled down and just see maybe calico doesn't exist. Surely it does, but maybe I need to go and see. I typed in cotton. This is going to be impossible to do online. Okay, let me at least see what there is. Hunt down. Where are we? I'm here. And it seems as if they're all over here. So once you get into here, like, I'm over here and it takes 20 minutes to get anywhere. It's like, once you get into here, no. And no one ever goes to here, but, because this is out west. They're probably going to have, like, good prices, though. Alright, this is one of the stores out west. Are you telling me you've got a warehouse in there? I like this one, but it's like a weird... It's like felt-ish? I don't know what that is. I've returned. Okay, so that fabric that I showed you in the video just then, that weird feeling at the back, I don't know how to describe it. It's like, it was like suede-y, like felty. It was soft, like not really like a marshmallow, like maybe like a wet marshmallow that's not wet. Anyway, so the chick was like, yeah, that's a coating on the back. I'm kind of like, no, because that's not real strength. Like I want the actual fabric to be strong. I don't want like a coating to make it strong. So I'm kind of thinking like, am I going to find a calico that's as durable as canvas? Because I have ripped canvas before stretching around the corner. She also gave me this place called No Chintz, and it's this place in Chatswood. So it looks like I will be adventuring to a bunch of places soon and then learning on the go. After my run this morning, I was like, I better actually make a plan and like figure out where I'm going and what I'm doing. And then ages ago, I noticed that the roll that I'd been buying was from India. I don't recall how I noticed, but I noticed. So I did a little research like ages ago, and there's this place called India Mart, and it's kind of like Alibaba. I'm getting ripped off. I'm getting so ripped off. Like, they're saying it's US $1 to $2 per meter, and it's like here, and I did check the supplier that I was buying it from before, and he actually put, it's actually like $44 a meter now, and he wants 500 for the full 10, and it's like, what are you doing? Like, what are you honestly doing, man? So, he doesn't want to own a shop. It's incredibly confusing. And the other places, like I came across this one place and I can buy it online, like just be like, hey, this is mine, like bags. So that was $15 a meter if I buy 10 meters. So I'm like, sweet, like I can get good deals. I'm just gonna look online a little bit. Oh my god, lol. I swear I sent the message an hour ago. You haven't checked your messages in over an hour. Theirs is coded. I'm gonna ask them to see if they have any. Do you uncoded? Nah, they don't.
Loser drops out.
These people are incredibly fast at responding. Like, I wasn't expecting this. But I'm finding lots of coded canvas. Hello. Where do you send it? Alright. Alright, did I find one? Maybe I found one. This just seemed a little bit too easy. It's like we got over the language barrier and my crepes are still making. Like, I haven't started my day yet. Man, canvas printing, like mass production of art has totally, it's even seeped this far. Like you go into, it's just everywhere. It just says inkjet printing. It's like, no, stop it with that. Okay, 45 square meters. I've done postage like that for a while ago, with some big artworks, and it was a killer. Look at these. There's no thumbs up I can give her. Oh, I'm interested in 30 meters because this could run into next year's billboard project. Get the actual fuck out. That's amazing. Let me calculate this. This is outrageously efficient. She's like, hey, do you want a sample? I'm like, you know what? I shouldn't buy 30 meters of something without a sample. That was incredibly efficient. And it says quoted, and I don't know if I meant to do anything. Got it. Okay. Not meant to do anything. Okay, my crepes are ready to be eaten. And there's a bit of a plot twist. She's like, hey, just send $45 for the sample. She's saying it's free, but you know. And I was like, what happens to my $45 if like you don't stock what I want and the sample's wrong. She's like, no. And I'm like, but I'm curious. So she hasn't really answered. So I was like, you know what, send her photos, because I'm quite confident that she's got what I want. Alright. It seems as if I have to take a risk on this one, so I will go ahead. She just sent an extra message. Is this legit? Is this actually legit? 55 US cents a meter? It says 55 US cents. I think I'm getting ripped off in Sydney. Alright, good. I think this is good. Another plot twist. Bit of a language barrier there. I'm not really sure if she's saying they do have it because they've got lots of orders, or they don't have it because they've got lots of orders. But essentially she said, this is what we do have, but it all looks like waterproof, and that just sounds like a dumb idea, trying to paint on waterproof fabric. Since these people love to respond instantly, I'm gonna go color in and get some other work done, and then I'm coming back to this. I've been I want to move all these tabs onto this bigger, more comfortable computer, but then there's people from India saying hi, and, okay, she's sending me pictures of art. Do I say yes to that? Because she might think it's a print. People fucking love prints these days. I really hate prints. Why not? Just plug my website. Okie dokie, what is Tejasvi? Prabhu. I got that one. So the whole thing is just incredibly confusing, and I understand why other people just rage quit straight away. So India Mart. For now, I'm just gonna, since I'm buying it online, I'm gonna stick to Canvas because I know what I'm getting. This is great. Look at this. What'd that say? $150. Look at this. Look at this. $2. So I'm hunting something about 400 GSM, and all the stores here, even though we're definitely not America, are calling them by ounces, which really confused me for a while. No. I don't know how to use this. How do I just go to the shop? I don't know who I contacted this morning. My screen was so small. Let me show you Alibaba. It's nearly 4. I was coloring in. And one of my clients is being kind of annoying. Like, he's like, can we have page numbers? And I was like, here are the page numbers. And he goes, actually, can we change the page numbers into names? And I was like, here's the names. It took some coding to do. And he goes, actually, can we have the export as page 1111111222222? And I was like, here you go, which was its own, because I went to chat and I was like, chat, can you please write out the numbers at 1 to 108 and duplicate them 10 times each time? And the chat went 111222 ... 108. And I was like, for fuck's sake, chat. And he goes, I don't have enough characters. And I was like, you do when you help me with code. Anyway, I assume that that client's going to continue doing stuff like that. So I'm kind of like, all right, well, if I go to the computer and I get a bunch of quotes, then I go back to that client's task, and then the quotes will come back, and then that client will come back with something else, and then I can just play tennis for a little while. So I type in canvas roll, and this is how deep society has fucked up art. I'm so, like, this really arcs me up. And it's like, ink, glossy, printing, ink, whatever, hot sale, price. They're just printing all of them. What are you doing? Why did people mess up art so badly that it runs this deep into the suppliers? Like, we want to make our own art, please? Wait a second, this guy says 810 and mine's... What? 300? I've been telling people 400, but that guy says... Why do Americans do this shit? It makes it so hard to, like, just do the simplest thing. I like this one. I like what this guy's got here. It looks very similar to mine, according to pen strokes. I'm gonna need people to draw on theirs and send me photos. So this guy's white, and is teaching me the difference between linen and cotton. I really like a very, very smooth, so he's got 12 ounce there, and I think I just want to buy this off him. And linen, he was showing me here, let's see linen. Very artistic. And then he like holds it up to the light there. Pretty on clothes, but I don't want to be painting on that. Let's inquire. Is your name Virgie? Virgie? Your name's probably Matt, to be honest. Okay, I think all the rest went home, but this guy's replying. I don't think he's in India at all. Or maybe he's just... I don't know. Why are we measuring one side in inches and the other one in meters? Where the fuck is this conversation going? 60 inches is good. I need 10 meters. Okay, we're a wholesaler. Understand? Yes. Oh, you can give me 10 meters. Oh, excellent. Let's stick to the metric system. I'm just going to blame the odd responses on a language barrier. So 100 RS, and I'm like, rupees? I'm going to say there's rupees, so $1.80 per meter. Sure, what's the postage? If it's actually $1.80 per meter, like, I should just buy shitloads more. And I've got a billboard activity next year. Fabric, truck cover. I could probably, that's it, as long as it's, oh, it's coated. Oh, okay. Yep. This is what they mean when they say art is dead. It's like I can't even find a roll of canvas that easily on Alibaba. I'm starting to think that Alibaba isn't high enough up the supply chain to get this. Like they all seem to be like plastic coated or like ready for printing, and it's like you've gone through too much manufacturing. India might be the place to be because they haven't written anywhere that it's plastic coated and good for printing. Okay, they don't have this. I got to plug in my artworks. Okay. Should I represent my company back? Massive difference in the two chats. These guys are like super helpful, and even if they can't help me, they're like, hey man, like it was a good day meeting you. Meanwhile, I'm here in India being like, are we making a deal? Like, are we making a deal? So this is my backup if the foreign countries don't work out. This is what I paid for in that massively discounted one, $15 a meter. So I think that should be the price. And then this is what my art shop before put the price up to it. I used to pay 180. That's poly cotton though. So it's not even cotton. So 10 meters, oh, 58. So that would have been $580. That's just dumb. What's his name? Ken? Kevin? It's not Kevin. It's a K name. The gentrification of art products just makes no sense to me whatsoever. It's like your target audience is poor people if they're living off their art until they make it big. It's like this year I've made it just off the art and like, you know, a few bucks here and there, but it's like I did it, but I'm also eating lentils, so it's like I'm not buying a canvas roll for $500. That's dumb. What's going on here? What's going on here? I'm trying to buy it off you. What's what the fuck? I have no fucking clue what you're up to. This goes straight up. This is a front for like some sort of drug laundering, like, cause you don't want to sell me anything.
Loser drops out.
Oh my god, look at this picture. I would just have so much fun just being around giant things like that. That's too thick. I don't like that. This one looks appropriate. This is hard to do from photos of such massive rolls. Oh, definitely not that one. So this guy's being a normal seller. He's like, width, 150 centimeters or around that. Address, sent it. Cost is this much for postage. Great, I might buy more if there's like, if we can sort out the postage. That's how you do a sale. Alright, I can figure this out. What? What do you mean what? He gave me this picture. I Google translated it, and there's like, there's a code. And I was like, okay, well this one kind of looks the least grainiest. So I typed in 4438. I was like, 4438. And he goes, what? I'm like, fuck? Use a sentence. Alright, this guy's from India and he must know that we're all rich here and pay $50 a meter. So I should send him photos. But I like what I'm seeing here in terms of specs. I don't know. Well, actually can't afford 300 meters, so this guy doesn't understand what I'm saying. This other guy was like, look at our catalog, and I'm kind of like, how do I do anything here? Just by the creases, I think this is what I want. This guy's how they're running this one. Because I was like, hey, all right, I like this deal. And they're like, Express Post, 145. And I was like, oh, I don't really want Express. I don't need it tomorrow. But I like the cost of that. I'll probably get a few more. $23. And they go, okay, we can do it slower for 520. So you're out of the running.
Loser drops out.
New day. I just opened all the messages. Like, there's a lot of messages on Alibaba. And I was like, hey, sorry, I won't be replying instantly today. Here I am replying instantly. Today I'm feeling disappointed in my time management yesterday. Like, I didn't finish all my painting yesterday. Like, every day I have like 6 hours of tasks that I always want to be doing. And then on top of that, I add like right now I'm doing my website building and now I'm doing this. So this took up a lot of time yesterday. So today I'm kind of like, I won't be messaging instantly. Like, even with people I know in real life, I'm kind of like, what time is coffee and I'll see you there. There is no, are the plans still on? Like, of course the plans are still on. Like, we made the plans. So that's that. I would like to resolve this really fast. Messages, 4, okay. Let's see, is that annoying guy still here? I was already here, I know what's going on. IndiaMart seems entirely dead. Like, do they not want to make sales or some shit? They're probably selling to Alibaba. This is the guy that knows that people from other countries are rich. So RFD just means ready for dying. Well, I'm out of this one. I'm out budgeted. Nope, I'll just...
Loser drops out.
The online one for Sydney. This one? This price beats the other one. Prabhu. Okay. Please find attached. Oh, I already replied to this guy. I was like, yeah, I see your attachment and there's like nothing in here. Like, can you just talk to me?
Loser drops out.
You know, maybe I didn't respond to this guy. Oh my god, this reminds me of this time I failed this interview because the woman was like, your hair's messy, and I was like, my hair's curly. Anyway, I think I'm gonna, like, IndiaMart and Alibaba can't be the only two places because Alibaba doesn't really seem like they do it exactly, and IndiaMart people just don't seem to be responding. So there's got to be other countries in the world that are doing this. Turkey. What's Turkey doing? I don't know what's going on here, but I found fabric. Huh? Alright, this is not the fabric I want, but I'm kind of close. This place is called Istabuy. You know what? I'm real sick of wholesalers that have websites like this. Like, look at us working. Are you really working if I can't purchase it by clicking easily? This chick looks angry. Are you even a wholesaler? Oh, I have to fucking contact you, no thanks. This is what I want. It says made in China. That's a really, I like that brand name. Post my RFQ. This is what I want. Alright, I have to go and do shit. I have to work, so I'm just gonna stop working so I can go and work. This totally confirms it. I've been telling people for ages, those canvas prints that you have, they're not cotton. And it even says here, polyester. Polyester. Everywhere. It's all polyester. It's all polyester cotton. Oh, and like, I feel like a lot of artists have tried this, where you get like a canvas print and you're like, whatever, I'm going to use it. I'm going to put artwork on top. And it's just hell for the paint. Like, you just don't want to use that shit. And last time I went to the guy who put the price up to postage. Okay, just a bit of a language barrier. I'm like showing the photo to show how fine the grain is, and she goes, "Okay, you want 160 millimeters wide?" I'm like, "No, no, 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 160 centimeters." And then this guy, and I'm pretty sure that guy that was quoting like 500 for postage, he wanted to sell me an entire shipping container with just the roll in it. I'm quite sure that's what he was doing. Because this one's like shipping by sea, $60. So I'm like, cool, cool, cool. But that's US, and then these guys are not $1 per meter. It's more like 6 or 7 or something. 6, 5, which pushes it above the price of this one in Sydney. So
Loser drops out.
I thought I'd spend a minute on this, and it's been an hour. This is interesting. And I went to this site, and I've been to that one, and I sent out some messages, and all right, there's a chance I contacted this woman many times because I didn't realize she's got a lot of listings. So let's just decipher what's going on here. Okay, I just typed in fabric wholesale India, and this place looks good. They've got like little measurements so I can see what's going on. And it's like cotton satin. It's like, oh, okay, that's really interesting. All the UK sites want you to like sign up and give reasons why you want to sign up, so I can't be fucked. I've got a lot to do. So like last time that I went to the place that I used to buy my canvas rolls from, the guy was advertising. He's like, oh, there's this new poly cotton blend, and I was kind of like, no, I don't want that. But now that I see the websites, I'm like, oh, they're doing polyester because they want you to print on them using a printer, and they've got like certain widths that fit in the printer. And it keeps saying like waterproof. I'm like, no, I want my gesso to like sink into the canvas. I don't want it to sit on top. That's going to cause crackling. So like maybe I'm thinking from my point of view, he should have hunted harder for like cotton. If I owned a shop, that's what I would do. Like, I don't own a shop, and that's what I'm doing. Mr. Vanessa, do women not own, because I'm pretty sure they didn't ask my gender, do women not own companies in China? This guy right here has got a Google form. The interesting ways I'm shopping right now. Oh, that was India Mart. Oh, it's nice to see someone reply. Because I did an RFQ, so maybe the Canvas people just like don't reply. What's this? Okay, I got into one of those exclusive UK clubs, and they're like, these are the rules. I like India a lot more. Doesn't make sense, but I'm pretty sure she's telling me that she doesn't have it. Oh, this is interesting. They've got a WordPress website, and they must have gosh, I don't even know what it's called. Okay, so this is 2.5 times however much I wanted, and this is again going to tie into my next year's project. So I'm cool with that. Roughly 150, 170, I don't know. Let's see how much postage is. Oh, what the fuck? I actually placed an order. I just wanted to... What the fuck? That's so annoying. I just wanted to see the postage cost. Is it free? Because I guess I'm cool with accidentally buying this. I didn't read it. They don't take payment on their website. Sorry, I wasn't going to read the rules because I don't really follow what the man tells me to do. So, I guess I'll just wait and see. I didn't know what they meant by carriage. Delivery. That's it. That's delivery. All right, let's see. Can you make this easier to follow? Holy crap, what? Oh my god, what have I gotten myself into? Okay, I really highly doubt that it's going to be $12. Oh, that's $20? If it is, I'm cool with this. I'm done. I'm gonna make a profit when it arrives. Okay, $300 delivery. This is out of the question.
Loser drops out.
Work. There's a language barrier going here. I'm like, I'm happy with everything. Just send me the invoice so I can see how much postage is. And they're like, I'm like, postage cost, final cost. And then I was like, you know what? Maybe I should turn Chinese because this is a Chinese website. So this one's going quite well. I have 2 questions. See how it's cut like that? And this one shows a small amount of coding. Is this coded? Because I don't want coded. And 1,000 meters. I did ask, but she didn't respond. This can't be true. Like, I would just go excessive on buying that. But It looks uncoated, but it says inkjet. But look at this bitch holding up a print as if she painted that. Yep, I like that advertising. That looks real. Lol, there was an option. What am I? Miss? Sure. Look at this one. I'm so privileged that people in other countries are just going to speak English to me. Okay, so she's like, hey, I only have the lower GSM. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll have to pass. All right. Hello? Oh my god. Here it is, Kevin. Okie dokie, I'm happy with that. So here goes. 30 meters, 12 Oz. I really like that it's in ounces because I know it matches exactly what I've got. 48 shipping, 100, so 150 Australian dollars. Okay, forget about the converting. I think it's something like 230 bucks. And then you divide that by 3 to figure out 10 meters, which is about 75. Don't quote me on that. Because before I was paying 180 for 10 meters. So I saved about 50%. Plus, I think that I might be able to sell the other 20 meters to other artists. So then I would get paid 15 bucks a meter, which would be 300. And then that just means that people are paying me 70 bucks to own the extra 10 meters, which sounds like a pretty damn good deal. The only problem is that I'm broke, so I have to sell a bar of gold to be able to afford this. But that's okay because next New Year's resolution is gonna like cushion this. I'm kind of cool with being broke because I get to enjoy my life. And then this one is slightly more expensive, but it depends on the postage if they can. Oh, okay, well, I'm not buying that.
Loser drops
Such
out.
a shame. Guys, we need to analyze this. He said mine's the semi-bleach, but if that's 12 ounces, I can see through that, and the one that I have, I definitely can't see through. So, and the grain, I can see it. So I don't think this is what I want. All right, I'm really getting into this. So my ruler is now, their ruler is now to scale. Oh no, mine looks a lot more fine, and that's definitely going to bother me if I buy 30 meters. Yeah, mine's definitely way more fine. I should not be buying 30 meters of this. God damn it, Mercury retrograde started. Not a good idea to buy things. So this chick wants to sell me dental cotton. I was like, no thank you. And this guy wants me to send him a sample. I don't have time to fuck around like that. Alright, 500 GSM might end up being thicker, so I'm not sure about that. And they're like, how would you like to make payment? And I'm kind of like, this is scam-esque, but I'm going to choose PayPal. God damn it, they shut down my internet. They always do this at the most annoying times, and I know it's not the annoying times for other people, but it's at the most annoying times. I can't upload my art tonight either, unless the internet comes back. I need thickness. Wait to check. Okay. This is beautiful. Look at this. Oh, I think I want 10A plus. I think that's what I want. Maybe I want 10A. Why can I zoom and not move up and down? This is odd. Maybe I want 6. I don't know. I can't see it. Look how good this communication is going to be. Do I have it? I don't know. I have so many close calls now. This is a different outfit to yesterday. I think he wants me to find out the thickness. And I'm not really someone who's just going to give up when they can't do something. But I don't have the budget to buy a tool to measure the thickness. So I think I'm stuck on that one. Oh, and I sold an artwork, and it was direct through my website. If it was through a gallery, then I wouldn't have been paid for weeks. So I get through the next few weeks, barely, but it's not enough to buy canvas. So I'm kind of like, well, the universe kind of does things for reasons. So let's just see what else flows my way. We'll just see what happens here. Maybe I have the wrong... She's like, because this was very helpful, this photo here. I was like, man, I love the look of those. And she's like, I don't think that's what you've got. What is this? What are these messages? Oh my god, I've just been leaving her on scene. Have I been doing this wrong? No. Mine is... have I been lied to? No. I think Someone's lying to me. I'm getting gaslit somewhere and I don't know where it is. But if these people are selling this under this name, then that's what I want. Maybe I want this one. The amount of wholesalers I've rejected because I don't know what I'm talking about or they don't know what they're doing. It's probably me. What the fuck? I don't know. Like my receipt on my purchases say 11 ounce and they're very fine. Alright, Koala Furniture is going to teach me. 10 centimeters squared. Oh, that's a lot of counting. To calculate the number, both length, breadth, weft. Alright, I've got to count this shit. Oh, I need luck on my side. I don't have luck on my side. Maybe over here, maybe over here. Oh, I can use the outer corner. Yes. I once worked in homewares and my co-workers were all really fun people. Like they're just fun people. And I was with the manager one day and I was like, how do you know the thread count? And he goes, you stand there and you count. And to this day, I'm not sure if he was sarcastic or not, but I guess that's what I'm up to. Alright, I think I can count them from here. My neighbor likes to wear excellent heels and you might think I'm staring at him. 270. Oh my god, it's the 15th. I've missed all these messages. How did this even happen? Oh, I got that message. Okay. 50 meters. Well, I never thought I'd buy 30 meters, but maybe I should get 50. Let's just see what the price is. Lol, I'm a man here. I don't like how they're like, can you give me your WhatsApp? It's very teenager messaging me and needs my attention straight away. And it's like, well, I'm doing lots of things at once at the moment. I'm getting mixed signals here. So they've got a machine, or they are the machine, and they make canvas stretching, frame assembling. Okay, is that not interested in our machines? $15,000. I don't think so. It's not a fun experience for me, but I think everyone's gone for Friday drinks. So I can get back to, I haven't done any of my 6 hours of tasks today and it's 7 p.m. This is dumb. So I went to chat. I was like, what's the difference between 10 and 8A? Because I looked up some pictures and I like them. And he just kind of gave me like, oh, it's a specification. And he goes, I need more information. I was like, okay, I'm looking for cotton, strong, smooth. And he goes, okay, blah, blah, blah. I already knew. And I was like, great, I still need to know the difference between 10 and 8. And he goes, oh, the categories. I'm like, what's the measuring? And he goes, he just won't fucking tell me. This could be interpreted in so many ways. It's like, are you folding the fabric? Or are you doing like a cotton thread and then another thread? Because I know that canvas is multiple threads. So we learnt that before. Cool. Okay, this guy's offering a sample. It's like a very small one that fits in a letter because I don't want excess things. He's like, sure. And then Kevin over here, still being super helpful. Sample to check first. And I was like, yes, I'm interested. I don't want big things. I don't want things that I'm not going to use. I am not a morning person. I think I'm falling for some sales tactics here. Like, I don't want samples. I didn't ask for the samples, they just offered. But like, it sounds like a waste of money and a waste of time. And it's like, I don't have either of those. I just wanted to like 4 days ago buy the canvas roll and efficiently get this done. So, and why don't I know what the samples are? I don't know what the samples are. It kind of sounds like the way they're saying it, that I'm just going to get one sheet of what they think that I want. Okay, application. We need more information on me. Why? When I go into Ali Fashion and shit, they don't go, oh, we need to have like a full rundown on your ID and shit. Like, I'm not a morning person at all. Why can't I just buy things? 0 bucks. Like, just tell me the price so I know if I'm gonna sign up or not. Oh my god, imagine if like someone wanted to buy an artwork off me and I like made them jump through hoops like this. I'm such a pro at this. I looked at this photo and I was like, this looks coded to me. And then I went to like this photo. It is coded. All right, another seller. I put out a new RFQ now that I know the thread count. Oh my god, my laptop sucks so much. Ah, fucking hell, my laptop does nothing. You guys saw that, it does nothing. What are you doing? I just want to, fuck no. I rasterize the layer. Okay, so I'm just going to make my pen the same as their pen. I asked for a mark, but I don't know if it was miscommunication or he just didn't want to draw on his canvas, but that's a big difference. This guy is fantastic. I'm like, with a pen? And then I showed him my photo, and then he gave me a new photo. Only thing is, what is this thing? Is this not a pen? I'm gonna ask for a photo with a pen. I really don't know. I don't know what size this is meant to be. What the fuck even is this? I've never seen one of these before. This guy's like, grey or ready for dyeing? And I'm like, I think grey, but I would call it natural or beige. And they're like, this is grey. Are you mad or is it stuck in capitals? Because my grandma does that. She always accidentally clicks capitals. I thought this was quite efficient until now. Anyway, I've got one with a ruler here. All right, I'm getting quite into this. You see how one of these grains almost takes up a full mil? I'm looking at this guy's measurement, and one of his grains nearly takes up a full mil. So maybe if I'm kind of thinking like I shouldn't be questioning it any further. Like this is good. You've got it. Like this. Do you have it? Nah, big difference.
Loser drops out.
I think he was mad because then he sent this photo that's like clearly not suitable, and then I did a little photoshopping and I was like, see, thread count is too low. Let me check. Oh, a full stop. I use full stops in general. I just think it's the way you end a sentence. And like I've done designing for people who are like, do not put a full stop, and then they just start a new paragraph and it makes no sense to me whatsoever. But I had a boss, the same Karen one that got angry at me for the mouse. And she actually did a meeting. She was about to fire me because I used a full stop. I showed the mediator the email and he was like, don't use full stops. I thought, like, I won't rush him, because he's obviously annoyed at me for some reason. But, I'm not interested in even coming back to these guys later.
Loser drops out.
I opened a PDF. Let's see what kind of surprises the universe has for me today. I think there's been a miscommunication. I keep getting photos like this where it's like really similar, but I don't know, it just looks like a much bigger grain and no one's telling me the thread count. I wonder if I can just be like, oi, stop and count it the way I did. Okay, I sent the photo back and then thread count. If they just tell me the thread count, I'll be good. I went up to this guy, I was like, do you have cotton? Because it's quite high, $15. That's Australian kind of money. And he just gave me all these listings and I was like, sweet. I like direct information. I don't think I would love a skirt in this kind of pattern, like a cute little A skirt. Okay, they don't have it. I'm thinking like, I'm fed up with all this messaging and like no actual progress. So in a week, in a few days, if I haven't actually locked down, like figured out what I want, then I'll just go to like the most polite seller and be like, okay, send me a sample and do it the slow way. Kevin's ready to make a deal and he was like, do you want 10A or 8A? And I was like, 10A. But like I have no fucking clue what 10A is. I couldn't even look it up. It's just something that someone made up in China and some of them use it. I don't know what it is. So I woke up this morning and I was kind of like, I need to make an image with the weft and the something to show people the thread count. Be like, can you just count this? Because also I was thinking like, astrologically, I kind of picked it that I was going to make a sale, but I thought it was going to be on the 13th, like I told Mum. But it turns out it was on the 15th because it was a peak period. And the next peak period is on the 24th, and it might not be fruitful in terms of painting sales. So, and it also might be through a gallery if it is, which just means the money's just going to be delayed. So I'm kind of like, all I want to do now is just lock in a deal so I can stop wasting time chatting, and then be like, okay, cool, I'm gonna pay in the new year, and then just somehow figure out my shit on the way. Arts and crafts time. The Remnant replied, and they're like, we don't, where did it even go? They're like, we don't do that, we use GSM. But to be frank, I think I've just come across a worker who doesn't know. Like, I used to work in homewares, and we always knew the thread count, we always knew the material, we always knew the size. Like, there's not one measurement. So she gave me that, and I was kind of like, great, if you manage to find out, you just do this. I know it sounds rude, but I kind of want to figure out, I have to say my name. It's my junk email. I don't think I made that very clear, but I'll take the photo up in the light so they can see this bit. It's 1:30. I'm wasting so much time trying to communicate this, but like, I guess it'll be great when I have the role. Okay, here's my image. I think it's clear. The only thing is that it's in English because people are confusing the thread count for the weight. So if I just stick to Oz, yeah. I'm back to Jojo here. She's straight up just not going to count it for me, but she's like, I'll do a $1 sample. I'm like, sure, all right, okay, let's organize that. So asking people for the thread count is kind of like turning them into dead ends. So they're like, no, they're just not counting. They're just not bothering. So I'm out of leads. I got to find some leads. So I don't know. I'm going to try eBay. I am wasting my day. I've made progress. So I was like, cool. I'm happy with the grams. I need to know the thread count. And he goes 45 by 26. And I was like, shit, that's really low. You don't have higher? And he goes, wait a minute. My boss said number of roots. So that is the word that converts. So I need to know the word roots within 10 centimeters, not density. And I was like, okay, I'm good with this language. And I was like, yes. 135 on one side though. I think I've found what I want. The guy's just like, it's 340 GSM. And I'm so used to being sold in ounces for some reason. 10 ounces. I'm cool with that. 10 ounces. Oh, fuck off. How does it go? So I think the higher the weight, the higher the thread count I want. Anyway, so, or if it's lower weight, then I want higher thread count, but I really don't know. But it's 284, which is slightly higher thread count, which means they're closer, and it's a lower weight. So it's gonna be a lighter fabric, but hopefully just as smooth. And I'm kind of thinking this is really close, maybe I should gamble on this. And then if it's not what I like, then I make a few paintings where I'm just upset about the canvas. And honestly, no one's gonna know except me. Like, no one knows, that no one's looked at my old paintings and been like, oh, that canvas. Like, so worst case scenario, maybe I'm just stuck selling to other artists canvas that I'm too picky over. Everyone's throwing out these numbers. I'm like, I know in maths star means by. So 35 by 35, it's like, are these 35 threads? Because that's an incredibly thick yarn. I'm like, what are these numbers? I'm probably going to buy from Tom. I'm just sitting on asking for a photo because I know once I get a photo, I'm going to compare it to a ruler and then we're like, no, but I'm kind of like, I should just buy it. Oh, he's offering samples. That is a good way for me to waste time until I get money. Yes. I've never seen this in Australia, so I was like, yes, a very small, just a letter of sample because it's overseas. And it's like, freight is 35 US dollars. I'm like, what's that, like $50? Like, you're really cutting into my budget for actual canvas here. And I need to figure out how to do this. This is another front runner, and I think I got the prices confused between this one and Tom, but that's a good price. I did the math before, it was a good price. And it looks pretty. It looks very fine. I need to like get away from the computer and think. Okay, I'm very late in starting my day. So these two, I'm probably gonna buy off these two guys. I just have to, one thing that's really bugging me is I don't know what these mean. So I just need to, chat. The fuck kind of propaganda is this? Chat doesn't know. Is chat only a Western country thing? Like, do you just... MP got back to me. I'm not really approved, but just enough to go see the prices, and they need more proof if I want to buy from them. So here it is. Let's hunt. Give me a minute. I remember this one. It's the one that said calico and canvas, even though they're different weaves, according to what I know. Ugh, log in. Am I not allowed to share this? This is like, I didn't sign anything, but that's a good price for the Western countries. That's pretty good. We'll see if my other shit falls through. I have to know about postage. Oh, I don't even know how I'm gonna figure this out without like sending an email. I'm pretty sure I annoyed her. I remember this, and now I'm like, is this even an option? I put out a new RFQ for IndiaMart, and now they think I'm talking about like a thread because I specified the thread count. So they're like, we've got thread for you. I'm still getting messages, but I'm pretty sure these two are the guys that I have to choose one. Anyway, so I was like, this guy quoted this thing, and I was like, what even is this star thing? I have not figured it out yet. And I was like, hey, are you able to help me understand what these measurements are? And he goes, it's the density and weight, it's the same. And I was like, what do these two numbers mean? Because thread count and weight, not the same. And he goes, density, weft and warp. And I was like, yeah, that's what I thought. I normally measure it, along 10 centimeters. What's that measured? So let's just wait. I feel like I'm wasting time now, but I keep getting photos like this, and it's like, this is fantastic, but I have no idea what the scale is with this. All right, it's by inch. I thought it might be because when you divide my number 135, I think it was 135, by 35, you get 3.8 or something, which is not an inch.
This is allegedly the one.
I'm just keeping my options open, like just being polite to everyone. And they're like 400 grams. I'm like, yep. I also need to know the thread count.
Where Les Herb, height shattered. Mikey Skates was at 5 minutes 24 seconds on a
So
video.
good.
Let's see if it's off.
All right. This is definitely a two-handed activity. All right, let's see. See, this is all I want from China. Just a tiny little. This looks good. Here we go. I'm happy with this. This looks nice. It's far more coarse than the one that I have, if you can see that. So it's probably just like the ones in China. I don't know if they ironed it or something, but I would be happy to paint on that. It looks like a lower thread count, but like the weave just looks slightly different. It looks like twill. Oh, in terms of thickness, it's the same. There's no way I'm tearing this up. Like, obviously a skilled tear, but like not accidental tears. Now I know no one in the world cares this much about the grain of the fabric. Like, it's almost like I'm looking a bit nuts here, but like, okay, so the photos that I was getting from China, they look just like this. Like, the weave is different, especially how that guy said like 45 star when he was giving me the thread count, and then I finally figured out that that's the thread count just per inch. Canvas is meant to be like one weft, one wet. I don't know the words off by heart, but one this way, one that way. But the thread count was saying that it's like two this way, or like a different this way and that way, and like it's diagonal. So it's kind of like, my point is that I'm working with something different here, and I think it's like, it's not so different. I should bring out my old artworks. I'm a big fan of this one. I just found nail brushes, so I've decided I'm not done with this. Here we go. Old, second oldest, I don't know, my most recent canvas. So you can see, like, look at this painting. Like, first look at the painting. I was able to get such a good texture in this water, or whatever you feel like calling this, but it's water. Like, look at that. It looks beautiful. If anything, I could get it more smooth. And then this one. So you can really, you don't even need to zoom in. You can just see the canvas. And I believe that it affects my skills. Well, I guess not my skills. It affects the application of my skills. So you can even see it from this far away. Anyway, so this, they're not the same, but this one's really similar. Like, if anything, that one's slightly more fine. But you can see that, like, you can't really, the grain is different. You can tell that this one's a lot more fine than this one. If anything, it's very close to that one. Oh, and my skill level has kind of been like the same. Obviously, I'm getting better. But this compared to a painting that I'm going to put like right here, which I made about a year before I made this one. So it's like, yeah, you know, you get what I'm trying to say here? That actually looks really fine compared to the old one. Okay, so now that I've got the sample, I know I was like super hesitant about getting a sample. It's like, it's $40 US. Like, it sounds like a waste. I'm very confident that the fabric in China is just like this one, and the weave really confuses me, but at least I'm not like a fabric person, I'm an artist. So yeah, and now I'm gonna go up to the two suppliers and be like, hey, I'm cheating on you, like, what's your price? And then just pick the better one. But I'm gonna wait until January 2, just pretend I'm holidays on something, because Mercury's in retrograde, and it's like, yeah, like I've done all my homework, but like I still kind of don't know what I'm getting. But it's in retrograde in my finances section, so it's like, well, if you're gonna buy a big purchase during retrograde, don't do it during this one. Oh, and that peak period, it came to fruition in the form of being featured, which is nice. It's nice. It's not a sale, but it's nice. Yeah, so that's that. Oh, I'm gonna measure the fabric just to see what I am getting with the weft and the warp. That was it. The weft and the warp. I counted it like 4 times, and I got like 40, and then at first I got 25, and then I got 50, so they're not the same number, I don't think. I'm waiting for my chats to load. I'm like, this photo, I really do come across quite picky when trying to, because they look the same from like here, but I only want to do this once and then just keep buying from them. Alright, it's confusing to compare the chats, so I did a list, and I was like, Zhao? Like the guy from Avatar? That was it. I've got all the information I need there. Tom, I don't have as much, and then Annie, this one looks promising, but I don't have as much information. Oh, the work year has started. I just made a sale. This guy's a diehard fan, he's great. Alright, so Annie was like, do you want 100 meters? And I was like, no, I want 30. And she goes, alright, 275 USD.
Loser drops
So
out.
she is out for price because this one is 130 USD and it's just a lower GSM. But I've seen photos. And with some of these, the higher GSM you go, the thicker the thread is. So it's like bigger grains. So it's a tricky game. Okay, the planet's direct. It's time to make a deal. So I've chosen Zhao. Annie's out of the running. Her next price was still too high. And was it Tom? He just, I think there was a misunderstanding. I was like, take your time. And then he just never came back. And that's not like people from this site to not come back. So
Loser drops
this one
out.
wins. Holy shit, she's actually awake. What the fuck? These people don't sleep. They literally do not sleep. Well, I guess I don't sleep, but I'm about to go to bed. I really, really like how they always end on a positive note. They're like, thank you, next time, and you always end like a handshake. That's the gist that I'm getting. See, you know what? These people are really hard workers. And I was like, tomorrow is fine. Oh, okay. It's not 1:30 in the morning there. It's 11. I thought they don't sleep. All right, activated my little cash rewards. That is not a scam. You actually get money back for doing that. I'm doing that thing again where I'm analyzing. I'm like, okay, so if this is a small cut. Wait, I gotta make sure it's uncoded. I'm good. I just need to confirm that picture, like this one. I just need to confirm that it's not like folded over and that's the back and there's some sort of coating. Just dotting the I's, that's all I need to do. Finalizing. So if anyone's curious, she gave me an invoice before, but half of it was in Mandarin, some sort of, I don't know, an Asian language. She was like, do you want to pay through the platform? And I was like, yes, please. And then she organized it, and all I have to do is click make payment, and then there are all these options here, which I love. I'm going to use PayPal because I don't know what's going on here. Okay, so the only thing that can go wrong now is she put the animal printed version, and then here she wrote a note that that's actually what it is. So I'm assuming they didn't have the product exactly to type in what I want, but I'm using PayPal, so it's safe. Saying thank you. Everyone's so polite here. Oh wait, I'm gonna use one of these emojis that they always use. Yes. Sure, I'll use 2. So I looked at my astrology and I was like, all right, what's Jupiter doing? Because Jupiter rules my finances, Sag. And Jupiter's having a little party with Venus and Taurus. I was like, that's fantastic. And it's quincunxing my natal Jupiter, which is like, oh, there's going to be some sort of surprise that I don't see yet. And I was like, okay, so what's Venus doing? And Venus is having a little party with my North Node in Sag. So right before posting the canvas, Zhao sent me some photos and he's like, here's it wrapped up, and here's a close-up, and here's another photo, and he's real proud, but these photos just kind of freaked me out because they look like the canvas that I was avoiding. They don't look like the sample. And I was like, I really probed this, like, an uncomfortable amount where I was like, wait a second. So I converted the weight, and it's 10 ounces, and then I was so sure that I was buying 8 ounces before, and I went and hunted down my receipts, like I went and found the receipts, like all faded, and it says 10 ounce, and I was like, god damn it, like I may have bought the wrong one. But I know that the thread count has something to do with it, so I'm just gonna wait till it arrives, and if I'm not gonna paint on it, then because I'm on a roll here, man. My paintings are getting better. Like, if I'm not going to paint on it, I'm just going to sell the whole thing for $15 a meter, make $450, and buy the one in Sydney because I'm so over this hunt. Like, I'm so over the hunt. Yeah, and then it'll just be like the Billboard Project kind of canvas. Things are going a bit pear-shaped today. I'm kind of like, well, it's better to ask. So I was like, you don't have 10 odds? Because I was like, okay, thanks. And now I'm like, nah, this is still bugging me because I want to use it. And they're like, this is 12, and then they go canvas 10, 12, 14. I'm like, you have 12? Because that's great, but is it just as smooth? Because then we go back to the weave. This is not ideal for me. Okay, even though he's like, we do have 12 ounce, he's like, well, I don't know if it can be suspended. We should deliver it. And I'm like, but the thing is, though, if you sell me the wrong one, I'm not coming back. Like, don't you want the repeat service? I don't think he's posted it yet. I think I don't want to fucking waste time. Like, look at the photos he sent before. I was like, wait a second, what are you fucking posting me? This is what he sent earlier today. And I'm like, no, that does not look fine grain. I can see the grains. And then you put this far away photo and I'm like, I can see the grains in this far away photo. You guys can see it. I don't like that one bit. I don't want it. I'm ready to back out of this. This is a photo he shared, and I'm so sick of going from photos. I just want to know the thread count. So in their system, the higher the ounces, the more grainy it is. But all the fabrics that I've purchased before, the higher the ounces, the smoother it is because you're packing in more fabric in the smaller space to make the bumps less. This is incredibly confusing. I'm really trying to decipher this, and I'm really I want to keep a good relationship here. So he just spits out this number. He's like 21. Wait, divided by 2? Nah, that makes no sense. Why would you... The way I understood it is 210, because you've got a times 10 here. Fucking hell, can you not just... We are having a very frustrating miscommunication here. He goes, I sent you this photo at the beginning. You mean these photos where I have absolutely no context of what the thread looks like? I have absolutely no context. This could be taken from 5 meters away. 10.5 times 10, 150. Wait, 150. Why would you just type out the math equation instead of just say 300 thread count? This jacksonart.com agrees with me. So it's like 10 ounces primed. We're going to ignore the primed because when you add gesso, you're essentially like, this is your canvas and you're gessoing it flat. So we're going to ignore that a bit. 10 ounces, 12 ounces. This definitely reflects my actual paintings and what I showed you guys the other day. Yeah, this photo also mimics what I believed to be true before drawing this guy. 8, 10, 12, primed and unprimed. So it's like you guys see, like 8, 10, 12. Like the more weight means the more fabric you're packing in. This turned a bit sour. He's getting a bit petty from what I was like, trying to figure out because my first math was like 420 thread count. And then he goes, I don't understand what you're saying. They don't use thread count over there. Let me just... And then he goes, the weft and the yarn is not the same. And I was like, I didn't say the word yarn. The weft and the warp. If we're going to get technical, the weft and the warp are not the same either. And then he goes, you provided this. So I was like, yes, we've definitely had a miscommunication. If we can understand the correct fabric, I'm happy to continue to buy. Let's start again instead of sending old photos. Do you think he was just scrolling that whole time? All right, good, we're fixing our little friendship here. So he's like, what should I do now? Cry faces. And I normally hate emojis when doing business, but this is China and they love doing that. And I was like, we're going to fix the order and we're going to make it work. So it's cool if you reply tomorrow. And he's like, what are you using it for? I'm like, art. So I sent him the link that I was just looking at. And I'm like, oh, it really clearly represents what my problem is. And then I showed him the photo from the link. So pending. He sent a photo of canvas. And I'm like, well, what is the sizing in reference to? You've just sent me a photo, like. So I said, I just have no reference to the size. Like, can we get our shit together, please? Just give me the fucking thread count. Oh, we're accidentally online at the same time. So he's like, so this is the thread count? And I was like, yep, perfect. And he goes, well, shooting is not accurate, so let's just go by the specs. And I was like, that's great. I thought we were trying to do that all along. Well, no, I was using photographs because I couldn't figure out their damn thread count. And then he's like, well, I've already sent it, but I'll try my best to be your partner. I'm like, well, thank you. This message doesn't sound consistent. I just kind of think he's lying a little bit. Like he says, I can't return it, but I'll make sure that I get it sorted. It's like, no, companies tend to be quite black and white. I don't think you've posted it. To be shipped. You don't have a tracking number. I was under the impression this guy was really good at English. And then he goes, the width of 2 door frames is 160, which is grey. What? Back to our discussion. I'm almost ready to rage quit on this guy because he's not staying focused. He goes, how about I just send you some and you see the real thing? I'm like, no, I don't know who I discussed this with, but I'm not going to spend $60 on a damn sample when I can spend $200 on the whole 30 meters. So I was like, let's stay focused here. And he's like really, really set on sticking to the weights, but their weights are backwards to what we have here. What I've seen in Australia, like physically seen, they're backwards. And I was like, all right, let's just stick to the thread count because the thread count is what I find important. Like your weights, I don't care the weight.
Super sudden death.
I'm jumping ship. I'm asking what the other suppliers have. Because there was so many that I just didn't respond to because I thought this one I'm not responding to. I'm ready to break up with this guy. I was like, I don't want a sample. It's going to take an extra month, like, and it's going to cost a lot more. Like, it's not in the budget. And he goes, I was like, I really want to deal with this quite soon. Stop sending me my own photos back. And he's like, well, I also want to deal with this as soon as possible. And I was like, well, didn't like that response. I'll just cancel the order for now, and then if we have a new one, we can reorder it. Because earlier on, I said, hey, like, other suppliers are sending me photos with the ruler, and you're sending me my own photo back. This is not helpful. Zhao thinks I'm an idiot. So, I canceled the order because I was like, he's really messing about in fixing what fabric he sends me. I like the gist that I'm getting is that he just wants to send it out and make sure that I get it so that it's like a completed transaction. But it's like he doesn't care if I think it's the right fabric. Like he just wants to get this one order done. He doesn't care about future orders. So he goes, you cancel, we send it out. What should I do? And I was like, you haven't posted it yet. I would just not post it. I'm really unhappy with this. And he goes, but I sent it to the shipping company. And I was like, where's the tracking number? So now I'm like, I'm going to call you out on your bullshit. If you stop pretending like you shipped it, we could have sorted out the correct fabric and I wouldn't have to return. I don't appreciate how you're making this difficult. And he sends this. This is when he thinks I'm an idiot. All right, well, I can't read this, obviously, and he knows that. And he sends this. And I can't read this, and he fucking knows that. And he goes, we sent it yesterday morning. We didn't pretend, blah, blah, blah. And then I Google Translate it. And I go, my address isn't in here. I don't know whose address this is. I don't know who Mr. Heng and Li Juan. I don't know these people. This is not my order. This is 0.64 meters. That's not my order. So I Google Translate the next one. This is not my order. You're a piece of shit, Zhao. What is this? Future me just popping in here. So I'm editing the video and I'm at the point in the video where you're watching right now. So I haven't really remembered the intricacies of the future, but I do remember I was like, I need to record that I just learned what a freight forward is, and I don't think I ever did that. So at this point in time, I don't know what a freight forward is because later when I googled it, it turns out they're incredibly frowned upon in Western countries because those are the articles that were coming up in English, and they do use them in China, like obviously. So a freight forwarder is a company who says they'll collect all your parcels and then they hire out like one of those big metal shipping containers and they put everyone's parcels in there and then they post it to another country and then someone in the other country goes and does all that kind of shit. So the reason it's frowned upon in Australia from the articles that I read is because it's hard to track and like, yeah. So essentially it's like Zhao. I guess you see how this video has ended up. And I'm sorry it's so long. It's just like my videos are per topic. So yeah, so he's given it to his forwarder, which is just some other person with a business. And then he's being like, no, we have to post it. So my frustration lies there, but he could have stopped it. I'm just a newcomer. I don't have time for you and your emojis and you're trying to manipulate my emotions here. It's not going to work. I'm quite cold. I was going to respond, but I don't have time. Plus, like, silence is so powerful. Like this one time, when I worked in corporate, when I had that Karen boss, this is one of the times when I really learned that lesson. Like, she was promoting me from part-time to full-time, not casual to full-time. Like, there's this kind of thing in Australia where if you go from casual to full-time, you know your pay is going down. But if you go from part-time to full-time, it stays the same because part-times get paid less than casuals. So she lowered my pay, and I was like, why would I give you more time to earn the same amount? So I just stopped for like 2 hours. I just kind of stopped. I just no. And also I looked for other jobs and she just freaked out during this 2 hours. She totally freaked out. She's like, you can have this, I'll keep your pay the same, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I was already ashamed of what I was getting. Like I was getting much less money than anyone I knew and I was in corporate and my next job actually doubled the pay. So it's kind of like, silence is so powerful. Plus, this guy's kind of like, he's getting real whingy and it's like, I'm not a fan of people getting emotional during business deals. Like, I don't like the emojis. I love full stops and direct sentences. Like, I don't care about your feelings. You don't care about mine. We just want to make a sale. Oh, I think I'm replicating what Karen did. I didn't know you could unsend messages. He sent another one. And then, can you unsend messages? I know there's red receipts on these. Options. I don't know how to use this. Whatever. I want to talk to these people. 2. So that's 5 times 5. Or I could read it as, so BODMAS. This time I'm not letting people use emojis. I'm not using emojis. I'm not letting them be friends with me. But I was like, would you please show me how to read that? If I can learn how to read that, then I can compare with my fabric. This guy's been here the whole time. Like, thank you for just like putting up with this. So this guy has good shipping, 130 shipping. And I was like, thanks. Your fabric's a bit high. I would probably have to get a lower amount if you have what I need. And he's like, well, gray is cheaper. And I was like, yeah, I want gray, even though it's not gray, guys. And then I was like, cool, do you have the fabric I need? And I'm using words like awesome. And then I was thinking like, do they? What does that Google Translate from China? Oh, let me just listen to how this is pronounced. Jirenda. Okay, I think I got that. I don't know if I'll yeah, I should copy and paste that one day. Okay, I'm trying really hard here. So she sent a photo of like a measuring tape saying, is this understandable? And I'm kind of like, okay, I see the fabric and I see the measuring tape. I don't understand the question is. This is 1140. So I'm kind of like, okay, okay, let's go to the next one. 156. Okay, so the next one's 156. All right, what am I looking at? I have no idea how to decipher this. I've just been sitting here being like, what the fuck? I don't know. And I'm trying to think like, how do I phrase my question without sounding annoying? You know when you're in high school and you're like, you don't get it and they didn't explain it well and they're like, how could you not get it? And it's just an uncomfortable feeling. This is that feeling. Kevin is difficult to communicate with. I just scrolled up the chat, but I think he's got what I want. Like, this is a photo he sent. Nah, that's not what I want. There's another photo he sent. It's not what I want, but this is. I'm very sure that this is what I want. I kind of chose Jennifer to help me understand this, but Jennifer's not very helpful. Another guy wrote roots earlier, and she goes, I don't understand. I'm like, oh shit, like, is this a different dialect or something? So she goes, this is 1140, and I'm like, what am I meant to identify that's 1140? Like, what am I identifying? Like, it's kind of like showing someone a person and saying this is 10. And it's like, is the person 10 years old? Or do they have like 10 fingers? Or I don't understand. And it's like, if you gave me a proper explanation, I would understand. Oh, it's your item number, Jennifer. What the actual fuck? I'm. Oh my god, you're wasting my time. Okay. The specification is 10. Blah blah blah, and I said, how do I read that? We count the threads on each side and then give a total, and then her response to that was, is this understandable, 1140? It's like, you just made up a different question and answered the different question. I fucking hate it when people do that. Can we have one conversation going here? Jennifer does not know how to have a consistent conversation. I'm just going to ask someone else how to do that. Where was the other guy? I remember him saying something about inches. So that would make sense to me if this is a lighter gram and a higher thread count, because it does look lighter. But then, is it too light? I don't know. So he's just gonna have to bear with me being very straightforward like this. So it's like, if mine is 135, then it's actually 33 threads, inch, weft, warp. And that's easy to Google Translate. So yours is this, and then I'm curious, is it canvas? I think Kevin's stuck on the 11 ounces. I'm like, I think I've established I don't care highly on the ounces, I care about the thread count. So I went to his thing, you guys saw that, and I was like, I like this, and he goes, there's 11 ounce. And here I already established that it's very close to what I want. And I'm like, yes, it's very close to what I want. Kevin? Is this the guy that I was saying that he was like, okay, and I was like, okay, and he was like, okay. Okay. Is that this one? Because I don't understand how I'm meant to turn this into a deal if you're just saying okay. All I want is for you to be like, yes, this is the fabric. You know what? I'm just going to tell him what I want. It's like talking to a fucking wall. So I said, okay, if you have the fabric, please send over a photo next to a ruler, the measurements as in the thread count, and if it's what I want to make a purchase. Alright, I'm over this. I'm so over this. So I did a breakdown. I was like, this is it. And then he goes, the yarn is 10 too. Like warp thread count. I was like, what the fuck did I just calculate then? What the fuck was, I thought, my problem is that this is not a number. It's a calculation. So it's like 10 divided by 2 is the thread count. So it's like, why didn't you just say 5? You didn't say 5 for a reason. And 10s is not a number. Oh my fucking god, is this over? Is this headache over? Wait, what was the per thing? Is this gonna be high? No, it's about $1 US, okay. She asked for the yarn count. Oh, that's rare. And then she showed me this. And see how the pen, like, oh my god, look at this fabric, guys. Look at this beautiful fabric. And it looks thick too. This is probably the fabric. This is 10 ounce. Okay, so that's 10. She goes, that's 11. 2*2. I don't know what the fucking, but look, see the edges? See how like the thickness of the fabric compared to, I was so ready to temporarily rage quit. Like, look at this. Look at that pen mark. That pen mark looks fabulous. Look at my pen marks. See my pen marks? Gosh. I'm so close. This looks majestic. I don't think anyone in the world cares as much as I do about this, but this is worth getting tie over. If I keep at it, the luck will spin my way eventually. So this guy's like, yes, we can do sea shipping for $50, so it turns out 50 US bucks. And he's like, well, if you want it smooth, you need it dyed. And I'm like, because cotton shrinks when it's washed? Like, why does it dyeing make it smooth? Oh my god. So I was like, we're talking about the minimum order, and I was like, 30 meters. She goes, it's very small. And I was like, too small for you? And she goes, well, we have to have it already in stock. And I was like, so no. She goes, yes. What? Wait a second. This guy said the word yarn count as well. I think they don't understand thread count, but maybe they understand yarn count. Which means I've wasted a lot of conversations. Oh, we are not on the same page. So they're like, no, the dyeing doesn't make it smooth, the finish makes it smooth. So they've got like, you know when there's a coating on the back, like gesso kind of thing, like they're putting a coating, and she thinks smooth like that. And I'm talking about like smooth as in linen versus silk kind of smooth. Okay, so I'm updating my info. Selena is the new one, and she's confirmed it's by 1 inch. And it's like, oh, I remember I learnt this before. It's just, anyway, I still don't know what the 10/2 is, or the 10/2. Okay, so her fabric might be like the sample that I have, like from the remnant. Because that sample I got wasn't 1-1. So I think that maybe it's 2. It kind of looks diagonal. Remember how I thought mine was kind of diagonal? Kevin keeps sending this photo back, and it's like, it's not the photo from your listing, but I guess they just threw that photo up there. These videos make the chat take forever to load, but it's like, you know, this is, are you paying attention, Kevin? Okay, so we have one that's 48 by 26, and then she was like, and I was like, what's 2 star 2? And she's like, 10 divided by 2 times 10 divided by 2. And I was like, thanks, I just want to make sure. So, because that's an equation, that's not an actual number. Like, there's a bunch of numbers in an equation. But she's helpful. I think I might buy. I would love to buy, actually. She just changed the minimum order to 1,000, so I'm out. I want to see what Russia's got. And this is such a fucking headache. I'm gonna post a request for quote again, and then I'm gonna do it systematically, because I accidentally put everything. Well, I didn't accidentally. I intentionally put all my messages in the archive, and you can't unarchive them. So I'm thinking it's time to actually rage quit on this. Like, I've got a lot going on, and I need to just get on with everything else that I've got going on. So I'm thinking I'll just give myself one more week, and if I can't get the communication going with these people in China, because I'm pretty sure they definitely have what I want, that we just can't communicate the deal. So if I can't get that, then I'll just buy the one in Sydney, like from that shop that I found in the beginning, because that does match the last price that I purchased, and I got the sample and I'm happy with it. So it's like, well, I would love to get 30 meters and save money by buying in bulk, but it doesn't really seem like an option at the moment. It seems like the universe is like, not yet. So like, in the distant future, I do want to have like my own, like in the mansion that my art buys me, like a little fabric making machine, and then just make the perfect fabric, and then invite other artists and be like, make your perfect fabric. And then I also want like a mini little publisher so I can make my own books, and I want to make my own paint. So I guess not right now. Wait, Vicky wants to make a deal. Wait, what? No, the plot twist, like, this doesn't actually just work out. So she sent me this photo, and I thought, like, oh my god, this looks legit. Like, look at it. Can I get rid of this thing somehow? Look, fuck. Look at the size of the grain compared to her hand, and it's like, I know that's what I want. I just know that's what I want. I don't really need to probe this, because good gut feeling. And then she goes, look at this is so perfect. Great, how many rolls do you want? Like, she's ready to make a deal. Too good to be true. Okay, so we're figuring out freight, and I asked her how many meters, dollars per meter, because she hasn't really. I scrolled up very briefly, and I didn't see it in that very brief scroll. I made a deal with no emojis. This Vicky, I'm really questioning whether these are fake names, is a professional. She's a professional. Okay, so here I'll show you what happened. We have confirmed many, many times that this is the fabric I'm getting. And I just, like, I look at this fabric and it does not make me nervous at all. I'm like, this fabric is what I want. It's lighter. And then we had like a little debate about the GSM. Where's my... Okay, so anyway, we had a debate about the GSM. I whipped up a table and I was like, what's going on here? And it turns out, if you tell someone the ounces, you're going by square yard. If you tell someone the grams, you're going by square meter, which is where the confusion comes in, because if you go into Google and you go 11 ounces, it's 311, and it's like, that's only because the GSM on this one is 280. And my table kept saying, no, it's 380 for 11 ounces. So instead of 311. So I was just getting my head around that. And Vicky was like, it also, like, the table doesn't match the Google. And I was like, I know, right? And then anyway, the price is good. So the canvas that I bought originally, the very first canvas roll that I bought that was really fine and beautiful, was $180 for 10 meters. And then they put the price up ridiculously to like $400 or $500. And then I hunted around, you guys saw my last hunt, and that was $150 for 10 meters, and it was good. And they were like, but it's on special to $150 because it's stained. And it's like, what stains. So that was a good price, 150. Also, there was that 10 meters in the remnant that I could have purchased, as the one that I got the sample of, and that would have also calculated to 150 for 10 meters, or like something like that. But this one, so I'm paying 270. I can't remember, something like that. I've already paid. I'm very excited that I found canvas for 30 meters, which means for 10 meters it's about 80 bucks. And 80 US dollars was the actual canvas for the 30 meters, and 80 was the actual postage. So it's like a lot of this goes to postage. And she's like, why would you only buy one roll? Like, what, because of the postage, when you want more? I'm like, you're like, that's actually a lot for me. But that aside, I've got one gamble here. So it's like with the, I'm still like, you know, like when cats have a war and they just stare at each other silently. I'm still at a stalemate with Zhao, and if one more day passes, then I just get my money back. And he won't post it. He can just sit there being like, oh, but I wanted to post you the wrong thing. So with that canvas, it's like, well, I risk having artworks that don't go with the way that I want to paint. Like the technicalities here, I guess you just can't really, it's like painting on ice versus painting on cement. You're going to get a straight line with one of them, and you're not going to get a straight line with the other one. So that's the canvas that he was offering. And this one's smooth, except it's a lighter GSM. So I'm like, the risk I have with a lighter GSM is ripping it when I stretch it around the canvas. But I'm like, you know what? I would prefer to see the errors be like in the rip when I'm creating it, because then I can just, I've got 30 meters of it, I can just do more and then be more careful the next time, because it's not going to rip after I paint. Whereas the other obstacle, it's like it's going to make a bad painting for my style. I know some people love seeing the grains, they love using that style, it's just not for me. So that's the risk I run, and I prefer that risk. Damn it, Zhao. Piece of shit. What does he want? Just don't post it and give me my money back. Okay, I have to state my case to Alibaba, so I've got the Chinese screenshot. I'm just going to call it Chinese because I'm pissed and I don't know what it is. And then I've got the English translation and the Chinese one. And then this one, I've got like the fabric and be like, this is the fabric we agreed on, and it's even in the invoice right before I paid. And I'm trying to make it really, really clear because I don't know if the person assessing this has English as their first language. And in this one, I'm like, but this is the actual fabric you wanted to send me. I can see the difference. But I don't know if someone assessing this is going to be like, what are you talking about? It's like plain white fabric. Just take it. Like, I really hope that they see what I see. And then here I'm like, okay, I wanted to buy this, and who's trying to post this? And hopefully they understand, like, it's different. It's interesting that he doesn't state an argument and you just escalate it. It's like, why don't you just stop wasting everyone's time? Shit, the reviews are terrible. You will not win. This is just like AliExpress. Like you always pay with PayPal and AliExpress because there's no point in doing a claim there. They always side with the sellers. So if he decides to send it, then I will have to try PayPal. But looks terrible. Every single one of these sings the same story. But the only thing is that everyone here kind of received their item. And it's like mine wasn't even posted. So hopefully. I am curious though, like I learnt the hard way on a very small purchase to use PayPal with Chinese websites, but no one here seems to say that they went through PayPal to fix it, because PayPal does fix things. Since Zhao's a bit dishonest, I'm just going to screen record the conversation, because a lot of people on the internet are saying they block you, but I need the records if he decides to just post it and then I'm stuck with it and have to PayPal this. The internet was right. Alibaba always sides with the seller, like no matter what. Good day. Is that patronizing because I'm in Australia? It essentially says, well, they cut the fabric and they were ready to post it, so... And it's like, but did you not take into account that they cut a different fabric to what I paid for? I spoke to PayPal for a different thing, and I was like, by the way, this is going on, and they did decline a case because they thought that I had changed my mind. And I was like, no, I didn't change my mind. He sent me photos of something I didn't want to buy, and he really insists that I complete the purchase. And they were like, oh, okay, we're going to appeal it. So... Oh, I didn't see their description. They're saying that I don't understand that the materials are the same. They're very clearly different. And they're saying, oh, we want $60 from her if she wants to cancel. So they just want my money. And they're like, oh, but we cut it. We can't possibly sell it. And I was like, but your assessment doesn't take into account that you cut goods that I didn't pay for. And then I say, hey, like, if it gets declined and you send it, I can very clearly show evidence to PayPal that you sent something I didn't want to pay for. So, yeah, I didn't realize that they can see that, but now they can see what my plan is. I'm losing the case. Zhao is just so keen to post this, like, what's the big fucking deal? Just don't post it. But I guess he's going to post it, so... That's just shitty business. Like, if someone was purchasing something off me and they didn't want it and I hadn't posted it, I just wouldn't post it. So, Zhao's a piece of shit, but the universe is like, I have no options. I've tried everything to stop it. Like, it's forcing this purchase on me, which makes me nervous because of my finances. But I guess it's forcing the purchase onto me. So, I did ask the artists if they wanted some, and one guy showed interest, so I guess I don't want to, like, because I can cancel it and pay him $60 but it's like, you guys, sorry, I didn't even want to pay for a sample, and he knows I don't want to do that, so it's like, no, financially I see a good outcome if I can sell it, and just giving in and laying down and dying does not sound like a good financial option. So fuck you, Zhao. Some guy is replying instantly and he wants the canvas. Like, is this what the universe wants me to do? Like, you want me to sell this? Like, does the universe think that this guy really needs canvas? Because I'm just gonna, like, trust fall into this and tell Zhao to fucking post it because he's a piece of shit. And I probably will tell him he's a piece of shit. Tom's back from the abyss and I have a new guy. I was like, next time. At this point, I just don't give any fucks. Zhao, I think you're a shitty person. You can continue posting the fabric. You should have just agreed not to post it, because that's what a normal person would have done. Weirdo. The fucking plot twist here. So, long story short, racism. And recently I have been questioning underlying racism, because I thought that because I have an Australian accent, I wasn't affected, but now I'm, like, looking back at situations, I'm like, oh my god, this reminds me of this time I failed this interview because the woman was like, your hair's messy, and I was like, my hair's curly. Yeah, I think I have experienced racism, and now I've pinned it. So this bitch, Naomi, she's like, because I went to Blue Thumb Artist, this guy's like, yes, I want some, and then I told Zhao, I was like, you're a dick, but please post it. And this chick, Naomi, goes, scammer alert, you're Bulgarian. And I go, yes, I am Bulgarian, I'm a migrant child, but that doesn't mean I'm a scammer. Like, I actually told her she's a bitch. And then she, like, doubles down. She's like, David, don't buy from her. And I go, like, oh my god, she is screwing me over because I'm Bulgarian. Like, she's straight up screwing me over. So I messaged David and I was like, hey, I'm not a scammer. Like, what the hell? I was quite polite. And then Vicky's like, no, you're in Bulgarian, because she looked at the top part of my profile, and honestly, this should have been a dead giveaway. It says that I work at the ancient... Oh no, I'm the mystic goddess of an ancient Greek brotherhood. So I was like, bitch, like, you're an idiot. You're literally stupid. And then under it says Bulgaria, because I'm proud of Bulgaria. I'm proud of it. It's a beautiful country. More people need to know that it's not made up. And then under it, it does say my uni and my school. So it's like, why did you choose to ignore that information so you could be racist? So now she's getting in there and she's telling people not to buy it. And it's like, this was on a Blue Thumb page, and Blue Thumb knows me. They post my art pretty often, I think more than the other artists. So it's like, they're not going to kick me out. But this was incredibly unnecessary. This was unfair. I did not like the situation. Stop being racist. And I'm just, what the fuck? Today has not been my cup of tea on all fronts. This has not been my cup of tea. So because of Naomi's accusations. I got kicked off the Blue Thumb group. And now I'm wondering, did they kick me off the gallery too? Like, this was so unfair. I hate political correctness because of this, because you can't call people out when they're being pieces of shit. Like, the entire thing was so... You're disgusting. Like, the entire situation is disgusting. Ugh. This is so annoying. I have to email Blue Thumb because I'm blocked from even messaging the moderator. And I was like, I really want to connect with other artists. I'm not a scammer. I am just Bulgarian. I don't post in the group often. I keep to myself because a lot of them are really whingy people, like, to be honest. But I didn't write that. I promise not to retaliate. Here are the screenshots. And I watched the screenshots. I'm like, I don't look mean at all. Like, why did I get removed and blocked? Like, Naomi should have gotten fucking... I'm not bleeping her name. This is public space. I will bleep David's. David is Rambo. Blah, blah, blah. And I look at these and I'm like, I'm not being offensive. I'm defending myself. And then I forgot to add this one, where I just call her a bitch. I'm thinking maybe I should just call people an SP from in the future. Suppressive person. Yeah, but I'm so like, fuck you in political correctness. Anyway, so I said I forgot to add my hate speech. I just want to help other artists out. Canvas is really expensive here. And I found the link. And for 20 meters, David won in 15, but this is close. He would have been paying 1,200. So it's like, hopefully Blue Thumb can see I'm not a total dick. Like, I'm not out there bullying people, Naomi. What was the other chick's name? Natalie. I have always expected to get kicked off Blue Thumb because they're so politically correct. Like, I did get kicked off once. So I'm always, like, prepared for that. Plus, I think I've got a few diehard fans, like, and my 1-year-old Patreon videos will go onto YouTube in a few weeks. So it's like, I'm going to start building a fan base. So I don't need you, Blue Thumb, but stop it. Can we just be friends? Back to this. So it's like, you guys saw, I was like, Zhao, that was a shitty decision, whatever, just post it. And he goes, no, you said cancel on the 11th. So he's just being a fucking 5-year-old. He's like, we need cooperation from both sides. And I'm like, Zhao, are you sending it or no? This is a yes or no answer. If not, then PayPal will return the money. You are so annoying. I went in, I screenshot things, and he's like, now we're waiting for the platform to inform us. I'm like, I know, I read the reviews. Alibaba's not going to side with me. PayPal... it's not within the rules because of the weird situation. And I was like, I cancelled it anyway. Are you sending it or not? And he said, now the goods have been placed in shipping. So it's like, you mean you've shipped it now? As in, you didn't ship it before? Okay, my response was a bit harsh here, but I'm kind of fed up. And he goes, oh, it takes 3 times to place in total, blah, blah, blah. So he hasn't actually... he's just playing around. There's no postage that's been done. So it's like, I need a yes or no answer. You're not answering my question. Are you going to ship it or not? We're at a stalemate now. I don't know what the fuck happened, but Zhao doesn't want to post it now. But he knows if he doesn't post it, I get my money back. Because he's intentionally not posting it. I'm telling him to post it. This is a weird turn of events. This whole thing is so annoying. I got an answer. He's going to continue sending it. I think he was trying to extort me for more money. Because in my case I made with Alibaba, they're like, oh no, it costs us money. So I think he wanted more money from me. And I was like, are you shipping it or not? Okay. Yes, you are. And then maybe this goes into my billboard project. So I don't know if you'll hear... I'll probably update you with this canvas. I think this is where he's going to get me. I have to agree to these updates. And what if I just don't agree? Anyway, so he changed it to 20 days, and then he changed to self-title export. And I don't know what that means. I couldn't Google it. And I looked up on Alibaba, and... it's a dumb name. Nah, I don't know what it means, so I don't want to agree to it. Naomi's artworks look like shit. She's just finding objects and painting them. Let's see what this horrible woman's doing. Oh, of course she's white. Alright. Oh, she's selling prints, of course. Oh no, I don't want to fucking contact her. Is there no description for the artwork? Alright, fine, whatever. Bring other artists down. Spend your time doing that. That was really mean of you. She must have worked really hard on this one. Is this also a print? It's not. She's not an artist, guys. Here, let me just show you something. Including Blue Thumb commissions. Here, I'll show you. So this is a portrait of my sadness. Mum really likes this one. I painted this because I was sad and I wanted other people to feel sad. And I think you see it in the description. And I feel like give people a reason, like this is why I connected with the artwork, like this is why I created it. You can see what you want in there. That's what makes you an artist, not painting pretty pictures. Astrology time. The past couple of days have been uncomfortably turbulent, like turbulent enough for me to be like, what are the planets up to? So I've noticed this twice now because the previous 2 times I was like, what the hell are the planets up to? And so I think there's a third planet involved where the moon passes Uranus. Right now Uranus is squaring my natal Chiron, so maybe that's got something to do with it. I'm just going to look out for that. I'm just going to see what's going on there. Naomi was definitely on a power trip yesterday. Her actions impacted me negatively. I don't regret calling her a bitch because we live in a society now where we're allowing bad behavior because it's politically correct. And, you know, I'm waiting for Gen Alpha to grow up so they can start calling people out on this. Like, it's just, no. But if I'm permanently kicked out of the group, then I guess that's the cards I've been dealt. It just makes selling the canvas a bit harder. And I never expected being an artist to be an easy gig, so... Fuck you, Naomi. There's a fork in my rabbit holes. This turns into a Blue Thumb, a bit of a deep dive on what Blue Thumb's up to. And hopefully I share that video next in the next 10 days, so you get to see what's going on there. My friend, she sparked an idea. She was like, you should paint this, because I always paint my frustrations. And I was like, art battle. It's an even playing field. Not really, her art sucks. But I've always wanted to Eminem Caravaggio it up, so haha, we're in an art battle now, Naomi. Final canvases. I'm looking at this, I'm like, I can't see the grains. Like, there's no way that one Zhao was trying to send me was like this. And I never got like a firm answer about what this was. I had to guess based on how similar it was to my other fabric, but what if I've purchased the exact same one as this? Because I'm like, this looks soft. Oh, I'm starting my, I think I'll use the smallest canvas for this one. So I've got the idea in mind, and for a little while I was like, do I want to make a painting about this? And I was like, yeah, like I always vent my emotions through paintings, of course, like, it's not as petty as commenting on Facebook. So, I've got the idea, and I think it's clever through satire, just like, I don't think she could match me in terms of concept. Wait for it. Vicky made an update and my canvas is on the way and I'm very excited for that. And I'm also curious about my last canvas because it's like where I bought it from, I just looked at it and I saw it and I'm like, well, maybe I should weigh that. There's just a few obstacles that you're going to see. Also, I wanted to try and screenshot the initial post that I put on that artist group because I didn't just put on that artist group, I put on another one and that post also got taken down, but it's a bit sus because that was a group specifically in the location of that horrible, horrible woman. So I'm thinking like, she probably was in cahoots with the moderator or something because I looked at the moderators. I also blocked her because I was like, I don't need this kind of person in my life. So maybe she was a moderator. I don't know. There's something sus about that because it's like, I don't think I was doing anything wrong. I wasn't doing anything wrong. I know that. Anyway, this is just like an example of, I come across this kind of, like not this aggressive behavior often, but like this kind of situation where I'm trying to do something that's not really ordinary and people just want to shut you down. I don't understand, and I also don't because I tend to keep to myself, so I just also don't understand why you didn't say something in someone's life like that, but you see it play out, so that's that's that. Okay, I'm gonna measure this and figure out how many square fabric I have and then calculate the weight if I can weigh it, and then compare that to a square meter. I got 86 centimeters, and that's just going to be very annoying to deal with mathematically, but there is no 50 by 50. There's 50 by 60 to make it easier. So a little bit of maths to go on here. All right, mine is not accurate, and it's great for cheating. Almost 300. I really need an electronic one for this activity. Zhao is so annoying. I just find him so annoying. You could have just not posted the wrong fabric. You're so annoying. Anyway, it's on its way over here as well. So I guess the universe has plans for this. This chick won't stop messaging. And even though we hate each other, it's important that you still say thank you. I used to have a boss and we absolutely hated each other, but you know, she needed her one employee and I needed my income. I was so broke from her income, she paid me pennies. Oh, I understand why China wants to eat up Hong Kong. Okay. Oh, poor Hong Kong. It's like this tiny little thing over here. I know, some people are probably watching this being like, you're so geography uneducated. I would get it if Hong Kong looked like Hainan. Hainan? What's Hainan up to? Hainan is a part of China. So it's like, probably China's dictator is being like, no. You know when like all your parcels come when like you have that one coffee plan and it's like, why do they always turn up at the one time you're out? So, yes. I knew they'd be on the same boat. Holy shit. This morning my intrusive thoughts were like, what if they don't arrive? And it's weird that I thought that today right before it arrived. So this should be the bad one, this should be the good one. I'm so nervous I've wasted my money, but that kind of looks thick, it looks doable. Oh my god, this fabric is beautiful. This fabric is beautiful. Look at this. It's so beautiful. I can paint on this. This is such fantastic fabric. Look how majestic this fabric is. Like this, I wish you could touch it through the camera. This fabric is so beautiful. I'm so excited to paint on this fabric. I was right. This is exactly what I didn't want to purchase. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's just I've got a technique and I've got a specific way of doing my artworks, and because this is my profession, I need it done the specific way. So let me contact that guy that thinks I'm a scammer. Okay, let's play the comparison game. Oh, copyright. This one's definitely thicker, but it's like I knew that because of the weight difference. But this is durable, and I love it. Like how do I zoom in here? The grains are smaller than mine, which is just fantastic, absolutely majestic. This is great. I love it. It's fantastic. And then this one, it's like I feel like he purposely sent me the wrong one, but it's kind of like that's what I've been saying all along, that like he sent me the wrong one. I feel like he genuinely knew. We'll just see. We'll see how this works out. I think, yes. I'm so glad that the canvas that I thought was buying ended up actually being the canvas that I thought was buying. Like, I'm so glad about that, because it's like now I have somewhere safe that I know is going to send me exactly what I purchased, and it's like within my budget and it's the amount that I need. It's so Saturn Return. It's like, because the whole theme of Saturn Return is like working hard but like getting long-term firm results. So it's like I don't think I have to do a canvas hunt again, which is awesome. I'm done swimming with the sharks. So that whole, like, by the way, what Zhao did, like, that was morally wrong. Since he didn't have the product, he should have just said, I don't have it, keep hunting. He shouldn't have forced me into the sale. And it's like, I was right. He's intending to send me the wrong thing. Why would you do that? Nobody likes that. Don't do that. But what he did had like a domino effect. I ended up doing this whole video uncovering how Blue Thumb is actually taking extra cuts from the artists, and they ended up paying me out. And I don't think that domino effect is over. I think that's going to spark up again one day. But I got my canvas. And I feel like the universe just used me as a pawn in that. But I got my canvas, so fuck yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, and the math for that. So it's $91 for 10 meters, whereas before I'd been paying like discounted 150 for 10 meters, where it was like at a shop before they put up the prices to $500 for 10 meters, it was $180 for 10 meters. So no matter which way you cut it, I saved either 50% or 400%. Huge savings. I don't know. You'll see in my billboard videos how I go selling this canvas. I'm not sure I want to sell any of this. I worked so hard to get it. I'm not sure about that. I'll sell that. I don't want that. Still 1 meter. Excellent, just double checking. Sold. I nearly wrapped up this video without showing you my artwork. So this is my bird shitting all over Naomi's. Miss Bitch. So like I don't like saying her name because she's not my friend. The shit is actually donuts, referencing my digital artwork, and the video, I think this video is gonna be out before the YouTube video because I've got loads of art to share before there's 80 artworks. So eventually you check that out, check out the artwork video. I did message the guy to see if he was gonna buy over 15 meters, and no response. So I guess she got to him, and I just think like, why did you disadvantage me like that? Why did you do that? I just absolutely cannot comprehend. I just cannot, like, do you not have nothing to do? Like, I'll give you something to do if you don't go around doing shit like this. So I just do not. But as I was sitting on deciding whether I would reopen the PayPal case or the Alibaba case, which wouldn't go anywhere anyway, I was still deciding, and then, but I still, of course, I put it up on eBay. Someone bought a meter, and I guess, because I had to cut it and sell it, I guess that's where that went. So, end. And Vicky checked up on me. Glad to hear from you. It's going to make some fantastic artworks. And then we had a miscommunication. She's like, what do you need? I'm like, no, well, I'm good. I'm good. Wonderful, you stuck around. I'm so grateful. Even if it's background noise, maybe just click like so that you get more background noise for this. Or if you enjoyed the adventure, let me know somehow because I'm trying to grow this channel. Or like, go to my Patreon and support me if you feel bad for the damn events that unfolded here. Man, that fucking woman, she just, what the hell is she doing? She's so annoying. She's so annoying. Anyway, I love the artworks I'm making with this, and if you feel like buying one of those artworks that I've made with the canvas, go to my website. After the date of this video, all the artworks that I've made are using that canvas, and I love it.